Okay, so Jaspreet is having more than 20 years of experience in both global pharmaceutical company and CRO industry as well. She is involved with the management of worldwide acting clinical and bioanalytical QA function in different settings. And she has a detailed knowledge about GCP, GLP, clinical regulations in US and EU, and general quality management. She has demonstrated ability to effectively interact with competent authorities, excellent leadership skills, and communication skills. And she has a strong drive for results and problem solving skills with solid scientific background. She has been involved in auditing, independent review, data review, etc. And she also has provided quality assurance support, consultation and guidance on subjects involving quality, ethical, and regulatory issues. She is also into training, conducting workshops, and delivered training seminars on GCP, GLP, and quality management. Uh, she has in 30 years, 50, she has done more than 50 inspections. And we have Jaspreet with us today. She'll be talking about quality assurance and how clinical research is linked to quality assurance and what is her journey, and also about she'll be talking about what career path students can take to go for the quality assurance, as their career. Over to you, Jaspreet.
So, very warm welcome to all the students. I believe they're all students, right, of clinical research?
Yeah, clinical research as well as some are researchers, some are working. Yeah.
Okay. So, I believe all of you must have had a productive and you must be tired. So let me make this little bit more interactive and not very, giving kind of I don't want to sound it very monotonous and give you a lot of lecture and gyan. Okay. So let's make it interactive. I would encourage all of you to ask me questions, and I'll try and make it as lively, interesting, and so that we are all awake. And okay, so here today I wish to apologize one thing, that although I think Omera had asked me to make certain slides for you all, but then I missed to make the slides. Nonetheless, I will take you through my own journey as a quality assurance professional, and also I would touch upon the quality assurance as a career in clinical trials or in clinical research. So I'm sure that all of you are aware of the entire life cycle of a clinical trial. Yeah. So probably if one of you can even open your mics, and occasionally I can hear some yes or no. I think that will be good. Amresh, Chirag, Ankur.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that I know that all of you are there, yeah, and not going and eating a burger or doing something else, right? Yeah. Don't leave me alone, guys. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you guys all aware of the where all would you think that a role of a quality assurance would come in a clinical trial?
At every step, whenever we are forming any new formulation or a
Say your
drug.
name also. Say your name also. Chirag?
Yes, ma'am. Chirag.
Yes. Yes, Chirag.
Ma'am, I think on every step, whenever we, from starting, whenever we make any formulation, or and then in the trial also phase 1, phase 2, whenever we change and whenever we are doing anything or giving to the patient, then also we are checking the drug and the quality, we are checking the quality of the drug.
Okay. Okay. And where do you think that in a clinical research or in a clinical trial, a quality assurance person is required? Why would you think that a quality assurance person would be required separately other than the people who are involved in the conduct of the trial? समझे? एक तो लोग हैं जो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल कर रहे हैं, तो वो तो बढ़िया से कर ही रहे हैं, तो फिर हमें क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस वाला बंदा क्यों चाहिए? अलग से क्यों रखना है उसको? हम्म
Ma'am, I don't know about that so much, but I think so they have a separate knowledge.
Okay,
They
I
have
will
a
explain. See,
Ma'am,
now जब भी अपन काम करते हैं, whenever we are working, right? You all follow English, Hindi, both, or what language do you prefer?
ma'am both.
ma'am.
Both, okay. Okay, so what I'm saying is that whatever work is being done, okay? Now, clinical research or clinical trials, they're done in a highly regulated manner, right? The industry is highly regulated. There are very strict guidelines, regulations in place, and they make sure that clinical trials are conducted in an ethical manner, and they are complying to all applicable guidelines, E6, ICH E6, E3, okay? New drugs and clinical trials rules 2019, right? And if you're going on the 10 guideline, so a quality assurance person is independent person. He's independent of the people or the department who is involved in the conduct of the trial, and their main job is not to conduct the trial or to do the trial. Their job is to check whether the trial is complying to the guidelines. It is done as per the applicable guidelines. It is done as per the SOPs, and all the SOPs are followed. Your protocol is followed. Your guidelines are followed, and your regulations are followed, right? So that is the job of a quality assurance person. Now, having said that, ऐसा नहीं है कि ये सब काम करने वाले को देखना नहीं है. काम करने वाले को तो देखना ही है. उसके ऊपर एक क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस का बंदा जो चेक करता है, तो वो अलग से एक इंडिपेंडेंट व्यू हो जाता है उसका. क्योंकि जनरली जब अपन लोग काम करते हैं, घर पे भी काम करते हैं, कॉलेज में करते हैं, या स्कूल्स में, जहां पे भी हम हैं, तो हमें क्या लगता है जो मैंने किया वो सब ठीक है ना? I will be biased. I will have a biased approach towards that work. But if somebody is looking at it independently, हम कहते हैं ना बहुत बार, एक इंडिपेंडेंट व्यू ले लो, है ना? हॉस्पिटल में भी हम करते हैं, कोई हॉस्पिटलाइज होते हैं तो हम कहते हैं नहीं, एक थर्ड ओपिनियन ले लेते हैं, एक सेकंड ओपिनियन ले लेते हैं, है ना? क्योंकि वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट व्यू होता है. तो जो इंडिपेंडेंट व्यू का क्या मतलब है कि उसका जो रिपोर्टिंग रिलेशनशिप है हायरार्की में, उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, वो जो है उसका रिपोर्टिंग जो है वो डूअर से अलग लेवल पे होगा. जनरली टू द हाईएस्ट मैनेजमेंट, हाईएस्ट पर्सन और द हाईएस्ट लेवल इन द मैनेजमेंट को रिपोर्टिंग होता है. उससे क्या रहता है कि वो बायस्ड नहीं होती, अप्रोच बायस्ड नहीं होती, और उसका जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है इज टू इंश्योर द quality, so that the end result or the end outcomes of your study, they are in compliance to the guidelines, to regulate, to protocol. And clear with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, so yeah.
Just
Yes.
just a
Yes.
small thing. Actually, in this area, I have seen so many of the organization, they are having a upper management for this thing. They don't hire any quality personals, what they are doing, that above the CRC they are assistant manager and managers, they are checking the quality and they are doing the such thing. So madam, what would you think that it will be as much effective as you're having a quality person, especially for a clinical research? Usually institution do not hire especially a that quality person for that thing. So is this a proper way that your higher management having the knowledge of that clinical research, they are doing that quality checks?
Prabhashankar, yeah. Again, I am saying is that quality is inbuilt into the system, okay? And there are several layers how it is structured. Now, how it is getting structured at one organization will vary from one organization to another. Okay. Now, and quality is something that all of us are looking at, right? Isn't it so?
Correct.
Quality is something that every management would need, right? Irrespective of whether they are having an independent person or they are having a person from the higher management or a senior person they are using for doing the checking work. Now, here, that person, what you're mentioning in your particular case, he will not be called as a quality assurance person. Okay, he will be called as a quality control person. Okay.
Yes.
Now, yeah. So when I use this word quality, it will have several layers. One is the doer. Okay. It does not mean that the doer has no responsibility towards quality. Okay. Doer has equal responsibility towards maintaining the quality, towards following the guidelines, regulations, SOPs, protocols, right? That's their primary job. Second is a quality control. A quality control is generally a part of your team. Okay. And dedicated towards doing this particular job. And he or she would be doing this online when you are doing the trials. Okay. Or when you are doing the studies, he would be, doing it on a regular basis along with you, checking the data and telling you, okay, this is the problem, please correct it. So he's your internal person, right? Now, at a site level, probably currently this is not happening. This is not very prominently right now happening. But in corporates, when we are having the quality assurance, can you just excuse me for a minute, please? Sorry. My doorbell rang actually. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. So what I was saying is that that person will be called as a quality control person and not a QA person. Quality assurance, as you read in your E6 or your GCP guidelines or even your NDCT 2019, quality assurance is a independent of your activities. It's an independent function and will generally report to the management or management's representative so that there is no bias. Am I clear, Prabhashankar?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. At a site level, yes, I agree. At sites, people are slowly moving towards it. And I think in the times to come, they would need a QA. In fact, I'm associated with a site. It's a group of hospitals based out of Nagpur. That's Datta Meghe Institute of Higher Education and Research. And we are very strongly seeing the need to have an independent quality assurance person, given all the challenges and tough situations that we face with patient data every day, I feel there is a strong need to have a quality assurance person. In fact, I've got an approval from management to hire a QA person. Okay. So why I'm telling you this is that it is slowly shaping up. People are realizing that there is a need, because if quality is not there, then things can backfire, right? So doing study is one thing, and ensuring that it is complying to all applicable regulations, guidelines is equally more important, because if you are not maintaining the quality, then you will get the business once, twice, right? But if you're not maintaining the guidelines, and the inspections and audits happen and you're not found compliant, or there are any frauds or fraudulent activities or falsification detected, then you will be a major sufferer also there. Right? So quality assurance in a way is also a tool. It's a management's tool to get the correct feedback of what's happening, and also to see a kind of a trend analysis of how the trials are being conducted. Because when the QA person is going to present his report to the management, it also acts as a tool for the management to make sure that things are in order and they're running as required. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, so that's how we define a QA function, a quality assurance person. Okay, now quality assurance is something, where all will it come in clinical research? Now, as I think one of you rightly said that, a QA person will have his role starting from when the drug is getting manufactured in a GMP facility, right? Now, that's right. So QA quality, nowadays people talking about quality by design, QBD, quality by design. So what I was again trying to say is that quality is having several layers, right? So ऐसा नहीं होता है कि QA वाला आके immediately आपसे कोई बंदा आएगा और आपकी क्वालिटी मेंटेन हो जाएगी?
No, ma'am.
नहीं हो सकती ना? तो कैसे होगी क्वालिटी मेंटेन, कैसे होगी?
By reassuring,
Okay.
by checking, by doing,
By checking by whom? कौन चेक करेगा?
who has knowledge, proper knowledge of, who has proper knowledge of guidelines that needs to be followed.
Okay, very good. So now when I say quality by design, what do you understand by quality by design? See, a QA person, there's no magic, right? A QA person cannot come and he can just do like a magic wand and your quality will be maintained, right? Doesn't work like that. So when I'm saying that the quality should be built into the design of the trial, do you understand that?
Ma'am,
Quality
manage
should be built
quality by,
into the design of a trial. When I say that, that means what?
It's a
quality by
proper planning
design.
for that.
Huh? That means what? I sorry, what did you say? मैंने नहीं सुना नहीं. क्या बोला?
Hello.
हाँ, बोलो संदेश.
Yeah. So when you are saying quality by design, so you mean to say we have to that quality team in place to check those systems. For example, if I am from CDM, so if I go in terms of system, then we need to check the CSV part of that
Right.
system. So on
Okay.
that basis, when
I
even
think
even during the conduct of the trial, we like for example, if you're
I
CDM
think
person,
it's
so if we are
I think it's a process of making the formula
Okay.
on the
Which?
basis of dependent factors and independent factors of making a drug.
Okay. Okay.
I,
So Chirag has given a very complicated answer now. You're reading somewhere, right?
no, ma'am, I was not reading. I think before we are having that class of QBD.
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम।
Yeah.
सी, सिंपल भाषा में समझते हैं उसको, ठीक है? आपने ठीक है अपनी बुक से पढ़ के बताया होगा, बट आप में सिंपल सी बात है, सोचे जरा कि क्वालिटी हम डिजाइन में कैसे बिल्ड कर सकते हैं। क्वालिटी कोई बग तो है नहीं, या कोई एनिमल तो है नहीं जो हम बिल्ड कर सकते हैं। तो क्वालिटी चीज है क्या? क्वालिटी किस चीज से बनी हुई है?
क्वालिटी क्या से बनी?
हाँ, बनी हुई है किस? एसओपीस से,
हाँ,
एसओपीस से,
गाइडलाइन।
पॉलिसीज से,
Whenever system is
गाइडलाइंस से।
upgraded and we are all our system is in place and we know each and every procedure, each and every guideline and each and every trend of the market, so we can comply with the quality.
Yes, so when I'm saying that it should be built into the design, so जब हमने वो बोला QC, वो QC वाला तो मेरा सीनियर है, उसको QC बना दिया उन्होंने, है ना? तो उन्होंने क्या करा, क्वालिटी को डिजाइन में बिल्ड कर दिया कि भाई ये जो QC वाला बंदा है, QA तो कभी कभी आएगा, है ना? क्यूए तो हर टाइम नहीं रहता, क्यूए तो एक सैंपल डेटा को चेक करता है, वो उसके चेक के ऊपर चेक है ना? तो उन्होंने क्या करा कि क्वालिटी कंट्रोल को उसका प्रोसेस का पार्ट बना दिया। जब भी आप जो भी काम करोगे, आप दवाई दोगे तो भी क्यूसी वाला खड़ा होगा, आप डॉक्यूमेंट करोगे तो क्यूसी वाला चेक करेगा, साइन भी करेगा। आप डूअर हो, वो रिव्यूअर है ना? डूअर चेकर का कॉन्सेप्ट डाल देंगे हर फॉर्म पे, है ना? डूअर और चेकर का कॉन्सेप्ट डाल देंगे हम। जब भी हम डॉक्यूमेंट करेंगे तो एक करेगा, करने वाला भी साइन करेगा, और एक रिव्यू करने
और
वाला भी। हाँ,
चेक करने वाला भी सही।
है ना? रिव्यू करने वाला भी उसको साइन करेगा, और करने वाला डूअर भी तो करेगा ही करेगा। तो अब डबल चेक हो गया,
यस मैम।
डबल चेक हो गया ना? तो अब अगर एक से छूट गया था तो दूसरे ने पकड़ लिया, ठीक है ना? और अगर एक का मन किया कि मैं गड़बड़ कर दूं तो दूसरा उसे नहीं करने देगा, ठीक है ना? और अगर दोनों ही गड़बड़ करेंगे तो फिर कौन पकड़ेगा आगे?
रेगुलेटरी।
क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस आके पकड़ेगा। इसलिए हमें क्यूए की भी जरूरत है, ठीक है? वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट चेक है। वो कब आएगा? वो एक फ्रीक्वेंट, पीरियोडिक, रेगुलर इंटरवल्स पे आएगा, ठीक है? वो एक मॉनिटरिंग प्लान भेजेगा, सॉरी एक ऑडिट प्लान भेजेगा, और उसको आके चेक करेगा। और फिर जो आपके मॉनिटर्स आते हैं क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स में, जो मॉनिटरिंग होती है, मॉनिटरिंग कौन करता है?
मॉनिटरिंग
CRAs or monitors of the studies
सीआरए। सीआरए कहाँ से आता है?
from the CROs and
होता है वो।
all
स्पॉन्सर से आता है। अच्छा, तो मॉनिटरिंग किसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है?
sponsors.
स्पॉन्सर।
स्पॉन्सर्स की। तो बेसिकली जो जिस चीज को हम क्यूसी कह रहे हैं ना, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल कह रहे हैं, वो एक तो हो गया जो आपका अपना बंदा जो क्वालिटी कंट्रोल कर रहा है, ठीक है? और दूसरा क्या हो गया? मॉनिटरिंग। मॉनिटरिंग भी एक तरीके का क्वालिटी कंट्रोल चेक है, किसकी तरफ से? स्पॉन्सर की तरफ से। अच्छा, फिर स्पॉन्सर का क्यूए भी आता है, कभी कभी आता है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
स्पॉन्सर का क्यूए भी आता है। तो वो कौन है आपका? इंडिपेंडेंट। अब वो
Independent
जो
body.
है वो स्पॉन्सर की कंपनी की तरफ से आ रहा है, लेकिन वो उस टीम का नहीं होता जिस टीम ने मॉनिटरिंग करी है, वो उस टीम का होता है जो क्वालिटी अश्योरेंस टीम है।
Okay, ma'am.
ताकि वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट चेक होता है, ठीक है? क्योंकि उसमें बायस तो नहीं है, क्योंकि करने वाले को क्या लगता है, छुपा लो गलती को, छुपा लो मत बताओ, है ना? मेरे को ये हो जाएगा, मेरे को डांट पड़ेगी, मेरे को गुस्सा करेंगे, है ना? मेरे को फाइनेंशियल लॉस हो सकता है। लेकिन जो क्यूए है वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट चेक है, तो इसलिए वो अलग बंदा आता है, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस वाला, ठीक है? एम आई क्लियर? सो
Yes, ma'am.
अब
यस
हमने बताया
Yes.
कि क्वालिटी हम डिजाइन में बिल्ड कर देंगे। तो हम कैसे बिल्ड करेंगे? पहले तो हम जब स्टडी स्टार्ट करने से पहले क्या करेंगे? सारे एसओपीज बनाएंगे, साइट पे तो हम एसओपीज बनाएंगे, एसओपीज बनाने वाला होगा, एक रिव्यू करने वाला होगा, अप्रूव करने वाला होगा, और उस पर क्यूए भी साइन करेगा, मैनेजमेंट भी साइन करेगी, है ना। फिर एसओपी बना दिया, उसके बाद बहुत जरूरी चीज क्या है एसओपी बनाने के बाद? ट्रेनिंग
implementation of
We
that
करना,
follow
SOPs.
ट्रेनिंग
implement.
करना।
Training
एसओपी
of
तो
that
बहुत बन गए,
SOPs.
लेकिन हमें पता ही नहीं हमारे एसओपी में लिखा क्या है, उसकी ट्रेनिंग ही नहीं हुई। और एक बार नहीं, वो ट्रेनिंग रेगुलर इंटरवल्स पे होती रहनी चाहिए। एसओपीज हमें बार बार देखते रहने चाहिए। अगर हमारी कोई प्रोसेस ठीक नहीं है तो हमें उसको रिवाइज कर देना चाहिए प्रोटोकॉल को। और जो एसओपीज है, सॉरी, वो बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में होने चाहिए, इजी टू फॉलो होने चाहिए, और वैसे होने चाहिए जैसे हम कर रहे हैं प्रोसेस को, ना कि बहुत हम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड एसओपीज बना के रख दें जो हम फॉलो ही ना कर सकें, जिसमें हमें समझ ही ना आए कि हमने क्या लिख रखा है। ठीक है, ओके। और एसओपीज हम किस किस चीज के लिए बनाएंगे?
For each and
So
every process
Ma'am,
that we want to
वंडरफुल,
related to
follow.
clinical trials.
वेरी गुड समरीन। सो हम एसओपीज का, we will make SOPs for each and every process. We will make SOPs for each and every piece of equipment, instrument that we use, right? We will make SOPs for starting from your entire process, from your making your agreements, how you will make your contracts, what are the kind of your financial obligations, and your site operations, and how you will handle audits and inspections. So basically you will make SOPs for the entire life cycle. So, and generally that is a job which is done by a quality assurance person. Okay, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because he is the one who is supposed to be a kind of an owner of the entire process, right? He's supposed to be very well versed with. If you are wanting to have a career as a quality assurance person, then number one thing is that you should be very, very thorough with all the guidelines, all the regulations, and you should know how to make, you should have excellent communication skills, you should know how to write your SOPs, an excellent flow of your thoughts, and how you're communicating, how you're writing. Your flow of thought should be very, very methodical, and you should have very good observation skills, right? And you should also have very nice communication skills also, so that you can, because your job will be such that you will be interacting with multiple stakeholders, right? You will have internal and external customers both, isn't it so? So
Yes, ma'am.
as a quality assurance person, you have added responsibility. Okay,
Yeah.
you are one step higher than the doer, because now you are a reviewer. In fact, you are even over that reviewer. So you will be acting like a quality assurance person. And nowadays, the quality assurance jobs, they're very highly paid jobs in organizations, because the focus is quality, right? With this regulatory scenario becoming very, very stringent, the organizations have realized that they need good people, they need talented people who understand that ethics, right? Ethics in your clinical research specifically is very, very important, right? And your integrity. So
Yes, ma'am.
quality assurance person they are very high in demand. Then every organization needs good people. Every organization has a team of quality assurance people who are taking care of this particular function, right? So, having said that, we should not get fixed with the term quality assurance only. Now, this role will vary in organizations, it will vary at sites. However, the function, the job will still remain the same. As someone very rightly said कि हमारे हॉस्पिटल में तो कोई क्यूए का बंदा है नहीं, जो हमारा ही सीनियर हो जाता है, सीआरए या थोड़ा सा और सीनियर हो जाता है ना, उसे कोई क्यूए का जॉब दे देते हैं, राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
तो करता क्या है वो क्यूए वाला? किसके किसके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हो आपके बॉस ही देखते हैं क्यूए? So primarily, see, a QA person should have minimum of 4 to 5 years of experience, right? Of doing the same work uh, because then only they will understand the whole process, right? And they will be able to do the checking of that, or they will be able to review that particular data and understand that where was the error, where was the fault, where were the the certain quality measures that could be taken, है ना? So a person should understand the process. That's why somebody with little experience is given that particular role of checking the quality, right? Am I clear? So now so therefore, if I look at it's a pyramid, or quality is a pyramid, right? So you have at the baseline, you have your policies, you have your SOPs, right? So you have tiers, right? Then I have what? We said SOPs, we said policies,
Guidelines.
guidelines, what else? Guidelines, SOPs,
Quality
then
manuals.
very good, quality manuals. What is a quality manual? Samreen? Very nice. What is a quality manual? A quality manual. A quality manual. Manual क्या होती है? स्टेप बाय स्टेप जो आपको बताती है कि हम ये क्वालिटी कैसे मेंटेन करेंगे, है ना?
Quality manuals are the documents that defines how how are we gonna implement the quality system, quality in our system.
वंडरफुल. सो क्या लिखते हैं क्वालिटी मैनुअल में? क्या क्या होता है आपके पास क्वालिटी मैनुअल?
Yes, we have.
क्या क्या है उसमें? It describes your entire structure, है ना?
It describes the entire organizational structure actually.
Yes.
Your
Your job descriptions. So
JDs, how
JDs. Very good. Your organogram, your SOPs, your
list all our
procedures.
SOPs, your trials, our projects.
Yes. So basically quality, देखो इसी से हमें क्या समझ में आ रहा है कि क्वालिटी क्या है? क्वालिटी है कि हमें हमारा हर चीज सिस्टमैटिक हो, हर चीज के लिए हमारे पास प्रोसीजर हो, वो वेल डिफाइंड हो, साइंड हो, है ना? और हमारा उस डॉक्यूमेंट के ऊपर कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. ऐसे नहीं कि ये क्वालिटी मैनुअल तो बना दी और उसको कोई भी बदल के चले जाएगा. ठीक है?
We should have like written policies. We have timelines, defined timelines that in this timeline we will review this document, and we will revise this document. We should have all written policies for this.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So also, there should be a kind of a version control, so that
version control is one thing.
yes, there should be a version control. That is something which is very, very peculiar in quality assurance, है ना? Version control and the control of a document. That's what I was saying, that we should have a control over the document, right? So any document, whether it is an SOP, whether it is your protocol, whether it is your any guideline that you have made internally, or a manual that you have maintained, a quality manual, right? Or a safety manual, or even a business continuity plan you have made. So all of these documents, they should have a proper numbering. It should have a version, and there should be, whenever you are revising the particular document, you should have a proper
Revision
version
histories.
control of the document, and you should give the reason for revision of the document with the proper revision history. It should be signed by all people, right? And the earlier document should be kept in your archives, okay? Should be made obsolete and should be kept in your archives. And the current document should indicate the revision history, that why this document was changed, right? If it is sometimes, you are just changing it because it's a periodic revision. Say, supposingly you have fixed a time period of reviewing a document every 2 years, or every 3 years you will revise the document, right?
Yeah.
So You will revisit the document. All the signatories will review the particular document, and then if there are certain changes, the changes will be reflected in the revision history.
In the revision
If-
history.
Yes. And if there are no changes, then we will say that it is just a periodic revision. We have relooked at it and there were no changes, and all the signatories will sign it, and you will give the next version number to your document. So earlier, if it was 00, so the next document will be 01, the next document will be 02, and subsequently thereon. And the document which existed earlier, you will keep it with you, because why do you think it is important to keep the earlier document?
We should have a previous documentation that we used to follow that this previous process, and now we change this.
Wonderful. Very nice, very nice. Why? Because we have done certain studies, right, in the past wherein this SOP was effective, right? है ना? जब हमने काम किया, जब हमारी स्टडी जो 2022 में हुई थी, उस टाइम पे वही एसओपी था, तो वो हमें रखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जब रेगुलेटरी आएगी, ऑडिट करने आएगी, तो हमें वो कॉपी दिखानी पड़ेगी, और वो कॉपी हम अपने ऑब्सोलीट एसओपीज की, ऑब्सोलीट मतलब पुरानी, ऑब्सोलीट एसओपीज की फाइल में रख देंगे, और वहां से हम निकाल के रेगुलेटरी को दिखा देंगे, ताकि अगर हमारा प्रोसीजर आज की डेट में चेंज हुआ है, तो उस टाइम पे तो हमने वही वाला प्रोसीजर फॉलो किया था ना। तो ये सब क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस बंदे के परव्यू में आता है, ठीक है। ये सारा काम जो है, अगर आप इस करियर को लेते हैं, इस क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस के करियर को लेते हैं, तो एसओपीज बनाना, ठीक है, प्रोटोकॉल रिव्यू करना, एसओपीज रिव्यू करना, और सारे क्वालिटी मैनुअल डॉक्यूमेंट्स बनाना, और प्रोसेस को ऑडिट करना, ठीक है। जब भी जो भी काम हो रहा है आपकी साइट पे हो रहा है, आपके अगर आप स्पॉन्सर एंड पे हैं, तो आप स्पॉन्सर की तरफ से जाओगे, तो आपको प्रोसेस चेक करनी है कि वो ठीक से हो रही है, एथिकली हो रही है, गड़बड़ तो नहीं कर रहे उसमें, क्या कहते हैं, सब एथिकल मैनर में हो रहा है, कोई फ्रॉडुलेंट एक्टिविटीज तो नहीं हो रही, पेशेंट्स रियल टाइम में एग्जिस्ट करते कि नहीं करते, है ना। कई बार हम फेक पेशेंट से ही डेटा बना देते हैं, तो लेकिन फिर हम पकड़ में आ जाते हैं कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि जो डेटा है वो तो अपने आप में आंसर्स देने ही लगता है। जब उसका स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस होता है, तो हमें पता चल जाता है कि ये साइट ने गड़बड़ करी है, ठीक है। तो हम हर काम जो है वो एथिकली हो रहा है कि नहीं, गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से हो रहा है, प्रोटोकॉल पूरा फॉलो हो रहा है, कोई डिविएशंस जितनी थी स्टडी में प्रॉपर्ली रिपोर्ट हो गई है, कोई एडवर्स इवेंट हुआ है तो वो प्रॉपर्ली रिपोर्ट हो गया कि नहीं, तो ये सब आपको चेक करना है एज अ क्यूए पर्सन, राइट। सो इन अ क्लिनिकल रिसर्च, बेसिकली व्हेन आई से a QA person has a role. A quality assurance as a career is very, very important in clinical research, whether you are at a sponsor's side, right? Whether you are at a CRO, whether you are at a site, right? Whether you are in a clinical lab, a QA person is required everywhere. Okay, so when I say clinical quality assurance is a career in your clinical research, you have a very, very bright career. Whether you are at a sponsor side, you will go for monitorings, you will go for audits. If you are at a CRO end, again, sponsor will delegate the responsibilities to you. You will be going from there for monitoring, for audits, right? And if you are at the site, you have all the owners to check the data. If you are a QA, or even if you are a QC person, right? Your job will involve checking the data, reviewing it, right? And also authenticating. So your job does not end here. If you are working in a CRO, your role for the quality assurance will even go till reporting, report preparation, review of the report, review of the data, data management plans, right? And till the report is compiled, the statistical analysis, sometimes it will also involve a pharmacokinetic analysis. So a QA person is required everywhere. Okay, whether you are at a multinational, you're working with global sponsors, right? And nowadays opportunities are plenty. So you can get jobs in global sponsors companies, right? And you can get a job in global CROs. Similarly, we have domestic sponsors, we have domestic CROs, then we have sites. Even a clinical research professional can go into bioequivalence centers, right? There also QA has a very big role to play, and pharmacovigilance for the clinical trials, for all phases of clinical trials, pharmacovigilance, medical writing. Wherever you go, there would be a QA person who would be checking the work that you are doing, right? And also giving an authentication statement saying that all the phases of the study were checked properly and that the study is complying to the guideline. Even at preclinical, the studies which are done in animals also, QA has a big role. So QA has a very, very important role, as very rightly said by somebody in the beginning itself, that QA is involved right from when the drug is developed till the drug comes into the market. And even after that, post-marketing also, a quality assurance person has a very, very important role. And if you have any questions, then let me know. Otherwise, I will not come between you and your dinner and not take much time of yours. And then probably I'll tell you a little bit about myself if you are interested. Otherwise,
Yeah, sure,
say tata,
Jaspreet, but
bye-bye
we
from
would
me.
like to know a little bit about your journey, because the students also want to know that you are a QA person right now, but what is the journey you have gone through? That would be quite motivational for them also.
Okay, sure. Sure. See, well, um, I think Homera did give a brief about me, but I don't know how many of you could follow that. So I am a master's in pharmacy, specializing in pharmaceutics, and from Delhi College of Pharmacy, DIPSAR, which is at that time it used to be College of Pharmacy way back in 1996, yeah, when I took admission. And uh, I passed my bachelor's in pharmacy in the 2000, and then went on to do my master's, passed out in the year 2002. And my project involved developing a buccal drug delivery of an antihypertensive drug, carvedilol. And that involved lots of, uh, difficult work, I should say, and involved work on animals. I worked on rabbits. So, and after that, I got a job with Ranbaxy. And I did not understand what was quality assurance. And I had gone to meet a very senior professor in my neighboring college, Jamia Hamdard. Okay, so our college and Jamia Hamdard used to be very close to each other,
Correct.
like 10 minutes distance between the two colleges. And our college being highly reputed though, but would not have many professors who would guide you. So I would go to Dr. I would not name them. So I went to them and she said that, and I went to her, I was putting a project for a PhD with the Department of Science and Technology, DST. I think there was some, call for projects, and I was filling that. And that's when where this professor told me there is a job in quality assurance. Will you do this? I said, where? She said, Ranbaxy. I said, oh, Ranbaxy, that's a big name. But I don't know what is quality assurance, and I don't want to go and keep on doing testing. So she said that, see, even I don't know what is quality assurance. Why don't you just go and give the interview, and who knows, you are not the one who's going to get selected. Just go and get the experience. So I went and there were 10 to 15 people there, all freshers from Naiper and everywhere. They had come for an interview. And they kept on asking us some questions related to how well versed was I with my communication. Number two, my skill sets for reviewing the data over Microsoft Excel. Okay. And how good was I at reviewing a particular document, right? So I mean, the kind of questions that they asked me, they were all related to my review. How observant and I was. Asked me to do some simple calculations for her on Excel. Okay. And during we were all there, I think, since 8:30 in the morning, and we were all exhausted by when 6 o'clock, she just kept two of us and rest all had gone, right? And that's when I landed up with the job. And so the director called me and he said that, you would be doing this, you will be doing quality assurance for preclinical and clinical. And so he named two people. He said you would be working with her and with her. So I had zero understanding of what I was getting into. And I said yes, because I got a job. And I was very happy that I've got a job in Ranbaxy. And little realizing that I was getting into a big trouble, because I was supposed to report to two people. Two people looking after two big areas, preclinical and clinical, without realizing that they were like two big areas, right? And trust me, students, I had a terrible time managing two bosses. But I think it was good for me because I was learning preclinical and clinical both. It was very tough. I used to do 15 days with one boss, and the 15 days with another boss, 15 days with one boss, 15 days with another boss, until the politics just sucked me into clinical, having more pressure, more paying to the company. So I was finally pulled into doing clinical. So then, therefore, I was doing bioequivalence studies, okay? And Ranbaxy was heavily into generics. And we were like doing more than 1,000 submissions. Yeah. And
Remy, please mute the mic.
yeah. So that involved a lot of review. And we would, no holidays and everything. And we just kept on, but that served as such a good training ground. And I was so fortunate to get that exposure early on in my life, where I knew how to write SOPs, how to review SOPs, and understand the entire process. And we were just supposed to be too good, I should say, too good in knowledge of all the guidelines, regulations. We were made to read all the 21 CFRs, all the relevant ones, part 58. We would have regular tests. We would have SOP trainings, protocol trainings, and they were not just simple, right? You had to give a test after that. So every training would have a test. We were on rigorous training, I should say, in the lab, in the clinics, kept under observations. And I think, hard work, I think, pays off. And that's my advice to all of you also. Please don't shy away from doing the work, whatever is being given to you. I think it helps us later on in our lives, because when we have done the work with our own hands, we understand how the work is done, right? So do that. The 2 years of my research associateship at Ranbaxy made us so sturdy. Trust me. After that, I have been into several assignments, and I see people literally struggling with a little work. They feel overburdened. They feel that they have too much work at hand. But I think we should not shy away from doing the hard work. So that's how my journey of QA started at Ranbaxy. I was there for 9 years, and it gave me immense growth there. I got all my And we used to be so scared as a research associate that we would not be confirmed. So we really used to work so hard and wait for the day when we would become a research scientist, and that was not before 2 years. Okay. And then in 2 years, when you become a research scientist, it is like such a big achievement in those days, right? So then I think I got all my promotions in time, and that my exposure at preclinical really helped me because after 9 years of 9 to 10 years, I think, of having worked in Ranbaxy, my husband had a job in Hyderabad. He was working for Novartis, and my children were very young, so I thought I'll also run after him. So I made a move, and then my preclinical thing helped me get a job in a company in Hyderabad. And that was brief. And then I came back as head of quality assurance and training at Fortis Hospitals. I was heading the quality assurance, the training division, had done that for 3 years. And after a successful US FDA inspection, my boss called me. It was the global CFO for Fortis, and he said that I have an interesting assignment for you. So he asked me to do business development for Fortis, to which I refused initially. But so why I'm telling you again is, see that opportunity comes in different forms. Yeah. So I had been a technical person till then, very reluctant to do business development. But trust me, once I tried it, that knowledge of the technical front, the SOPs, and being a QA person, you get the knowledge of the whole cycle, because you as a QA, you are the only one who is involved in the entire process. Because a clinical guy will do his only clinical, a bioanalytical person will do only bioanalytical, stats person will do only stats, PK will do only PK. But as a QA, you can have an exposure to every field. So you know the entire life cycle. And so as a business development person, when I went to the market, the heads of the organizations who were supposed to give business, they were naturally either they were from clinical or bioanalytical or whatever. So, being a technically competent person, I was able to answer their queries, their questions then and there itself. I need not come back and ask my technical team, because I already knew the answers, right? What we can do, what we cannot do. So, you get early success. So with your sound knowledge of your guidelines, regulations, of the kind of work that you're doing, helps you make a transition also from one job to the another. So you don't have to be fixated on QA, right? So QA is a very good job profile, which gives you a wonderful exposure to the different areas, and it helps you. So I did that for 5 years. Then they transferred me into SRL Diagnostics as developing new businesses for them. Yeah, we went into doing clinical trial business for the lab, for the diagnostic lab. Yeah, so built that, went into many public-private partnerships with the government, set up labs in Ranchi and Jharkhand, and in Tripura also. And again, that was a very interesting experience. Then I left that job. I did some independent audits and monitoring for European pharma companies. That was a kind of an entrepreneur stint. And I did good business. I was their representative in India for European pharma companies. I worked for DSM, Chanel, and Pharma Match, Gene Farm, and did independent monitoring and audits for them. Again, it involved qualification of the CROs for their studies. And whenever their studies were running here, I was their independent monitor and auditing their studies so that they are again complying to the guidelines and regulations. So you see the kind of scope that a QA person has. So you can even do an independent consulting. You can get into an kind of an agreement with the big pharma companies in Europe and US, and you can be their independent monitor and an independent auditor reviewing their data, right? So that's what I did. And then I joined Mankind Pharma as head of their quality assurance and quality control. And we called it as quality management there. So it involved all clinical projects, clinical trials, bioequivalence studies for US market, and all biopharmaceutical projects also involved in vitro studies also. Okay. And there I worked with Mankind Pharma for 7 years. And I've been in as an honorary position. I have been the co-chairperson of CII Committee for Life Sciences and Biotech. And I chair that, I co-chair that position with a very eminent personality who's the chairperson of that committee. We have worked there on orphan drugs and rare diseases. I have been representing CII on several forums also. Recently, I have joined a group of hospitals which is based out of Nagpur, that is called as Datta Meghe group of hospitals. And they are a university. They have their medical colleges and they have several other specialities also. They have hospitals and they're doing clinical trials at sites. And I have joined them as a director and head for business development and clinical research. So I'm responsible for bringing them business for the clinical trials and looking after the entire operations for them. And yeah, that's been my journey. So here I am today. 4 months since I've joined this this is like kind of a site operations and business development role. So yeah, that's been my journey. So doing different roles. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Just a minute, huh? Beta, I will just give you a call. Huh?
Any questions?
Yeah. Yes,
Feel free
students,
to
do
ask
you have
questions.
any questions? I have loved interacting with all of them. They were pretty attentive. Very good students you have, Humera. Congratulations.
Thank you.
They're very well, very interactive. Now I think they have gone and now they're watching television. Nobody is saying anything.
No, ma'am.
No,
They're
ma'am.
there.
All
Yes,
are there.
ma'am, we are here
You're all
and
there?
listening
Yeah, ma'am.
eagerly. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, how does it all sound? Good?
Yeah, ma'am, it sounds good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, journey has been tough. And there's a saying,
Ma'am, you inspired us actually.
yeah, the saying goes like when the going gets tough, the tough gets
It's going.
going. Yeah. So it's very important.
Ma'am,
Other
Thank
than
you for
this,
if
sharing
we
the
enjoying
amazing
our
journey,
work,
ma'am.
there is no toughness in our work.
yes, true. Work is no longer a work when you're enjoying it. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, true. And also, Hitesh, I think a lot also depends on us as an individual, that what kind of culture we are percolating, especially when we are in leadership roles. So I think,
Yeah,
how
actually,
we
I
should,
also work in the diagnostic industry for last 1 year, which is the part of a mankind.
Pathkind, you work for Pathkind?
Yeah, ma'am.
With whom you're working?
I'm working at the PMT department in the on that.
Whom do you report to?
Naeem Khan.
Okay.
Naeem Khan, sir, and I also work with the Dr. Ratan, sir.
Acha,
Professor
Dr.
Dr.
Shok
Ratan.
Ratan.
Yeah.
Dr. Shok Ratan was my boss at Fortis also. And
He is now working in Redcliffe. I'm also in the Redcliffe, also offering me for the joining at the Noida sector 62 electronic city.
so
As
you're
a,
joining Radcliffe?
no, ma'am,
Hmm.
I'm not joining right now, but I'm working at. I'm sure training my at Medanta.
So you're training at
Start-
Vedanta Labs?
Yeah. At-
Oh, wow, very nice. So I'll see you soon there one day.
I'm completed my last one. Completed my clinical research course in last month. So then I'm to start my training. from Medanta.
Achha, you're doing training at Vedanta.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Good. So I also have a very nice relationship with Vedanta, and through Pooja, Dr. Pooja, and Humera represents Pooja here. And with Pathkind Labs, yes, Dr. Sanjeev, Mr. Sanjeev Vashishta was
Sanjeev
my
Vasishtha,
boss.
who is the CEO of the Pathkind.
Yeah, he's CEO of Pathkind. He was CEO at SRL Diagnostics
SRL
also.
Diagnostic also.
Yeah, he was my boss there too.
And
And
I'm also reporting to the Abhijit Gorai also.
Vijit Gorai also, yes. I was a DGM, and Gorai was also, Abhijit was there with me at SRL.
He's also working at the SRL lab. He's joining at Pathkind.
Yeah.
Before Pathkind, he's working at the SRL lab.
Yeah. Even Ravi joined, no? Ravi joined, but he left.
Yeah.
Dr. Ravi Agarwal, yeah.
There
Yeah.
is a lot of experience which are gained from the Pathkind also.
Even Dr. Deepa Dave is there, no?
Deepa Dave is the head of the microbiology
She's a
department.
very hardworking person. No, she's
Yeah.
not micro. She's heading the labs, no?
She's also the head of the microbiology also,
Acha, okay.
leading the labs also, and several parts of.
She inspires a lot of people. She's very hardworking lady.
मैम मतलब शी इज ऑल्सो मतलब बहुत पोलाइट वे में एक उनका समझाने का जो तरीका है, एक उनका जो वे ऑफ टॉकिंग है बहुत ही पोलाइट है. उनके साथ भी मैंने काम किया है, उनके साथ में CMEs भी अटेंड किए हैं, उनके साथ में काफी फील्ड में भी मैंने वो किया था.
Very nice. Wonderful. So you learn when such people are there in your vicinity, you learn a lot.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
nice. Wonderful. Wonderful, Hitesh. Very nice. May God bless you, and
फर्स्ट
we
ऑफ ऑल
see.
मैम मेरे को डायग्नोस्टिक इंडस्ट्री में मेरे को कंटिन्यू नहीं करना था. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम क्विट माय जॉब फ्रॉम दैट एरिया. सो
Actually, you have left Pathkind.
या मैम.
Oh, okay, okay.
Then
So
I'm
you
start from
Recently
currently,
joined
you are not
this
doing?
course, postgraduate diploma, Hitesh. He has just completed. Now he's interning at Medanta. So
Okay.
he has started his internship.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice, Hitesh. Lots of blessings and good wishes to you. Anybody else
Thank you,
wants to
ma'am.
share their
Thank you, ma'am.
journey?
Any advice you would like to give overall to all the students? Though I think all the questions have been covered. I had a few questions, but it was a wonderful talk, and you have answered beautifully all of them. Your journey and what is the role of QA and how it is, complementing the other areas of trial or research. So that was very nice, and everybody has enjoyed your talk. That was so nice.
Yeah,
So
sure. I would love to.
finally,
Ma'am,
Love to talk to.
one more question from my side.
yeah, Hitesh.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, my Python also offering for the quality control department for me. So what can I do?
Sorry, you want to do quality control there?
Python also offering me the quality control department.
Uh-huh.
So what can I do? Can I join at that place or not?
Yes, why not? Why not? See, Hitesh, my advice to you is, youngsters, that जब तक कोई आपको उल्टा ना टांग दे ना, तो छोड़ना तो चाहिए ही नहीं.
मैं
ठीक
उल्टे
है.
तो टंगे ही है वहां पे, वो तो है.
वो तो
डॉक्टर प्लाज
वो
आई
तो
आल्सो.
डायरेक्टर बन के और ज्यादा उल्टे टंग जाते हैं, पता है आपको?
आई नो मैम, आई नो.
हाँ, तो
आई
इसलिए.
नो.
और देखो, अभी किसी ने बड़े ब्यूटीफुली कहा था कि जब हम कोई काम एंजॉय करते हैं ना, तो वो काम ही नहीं रह जाता. और क्वालिटी कंट्रोल, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस में ज्यादा नहीं, टर्मिनोलॉजीज में यू शुड नॉट गेट स्टक. सी, अल्टीमेटली एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मैंने क्या समझाया, क्वालिटी बाय डिजाइन. क्वालिटी हर लेवल पे ऑटोमेटिक आनी ही चाहिए. क्यूए के पास कोई मैजिक नहीं है. ठीक है ना? अगर हम अपना काम प्रॉपरली करेंगे, प्रोटोकॉल, SOP, गाइडलाइन के हिसाब से हर चीज तरीके से करेंगे, सिस्टमेटिक मैनर में करेंगे, एक चीज मिस हो गई तुम लोगों को बताना, अल्कोआ प्लस प्रिंसिपल्स,
Correct.
है ना, है ना। अगर हम उसके
यस मैम।
हिसाब से एक्यूरेट, है ना,
Legible.
लेजिबल, कंटेम्पोरेनियस, कंटेम्पोरेनियस मतलब जैसे करा वैसे ही लिख दिया, ये नहीं कि मैं शाम को लिखूंगा, मैं कल लिखूंगा। साइट लेवल पे क्लिनिकल रिसर्च में स्पेसिफिकली प्रॉब्लम्स होती ही इसीलिए क्योंकि हम क्या सोचते हैं, सीआरसी क्या सोचता है, मैं कल करूंगा, मैं कल कर लूंगा, मेरे को तो याद है, मैं बाद में लिख लूंगा, है ना। तो कंटेम्पोरेनियस नहीं है, कंटेम्पोरेनियस मतलब साथ के साथ लिखना।
यस मैम, यस।
राइट, सो anything which you are doing properly is good. Any job, I told you my journey. I have done preclinical, clinical, quality assurance, right? So when we were a part of the corporate QA group, and at Vimta, I was handling again preclinical, and at Fortis again I was doing clinical, yeah. And then after Fortis, I was doing diagnostics at SRL, yeah. And then I was doing something of my own, and now I am at a site. So I'm handling everything.
बट मैम, मैंने अपना जो करियर स्टार्ट किया वो मैंने डायरेक्टली डायग्नोस्टिक से स्टार्ट किया था आफ्टर
हम्म,
माई कंप्लीटेड माई ग्रेजुएशन।
हम्म। तो आप
देन
डायग्नोस्टिक्स छोड़ना क्यों चाहते हो? डायग्नोस्टिक्स में तो बहुत स्कोप है, डायग्नोस्टिक्स में तो आप कहीं भी निकल सकते हो, बल्कि क्लिनिकल करोगे तो फिर तो लिमिटेड हो जाएगा तुम्हारा स्कोप। और आजकल तो देखो लैब्स में इवन मॉलिक्यूलर डायग्नोस्टिक्स आर यस्टरडे here in Nagpur, there is a SIMS Nagpur, Central Institute of Medical Sciences, NIMS, SIMS, sorry. And there is Dr. Rajpal Kashyap. Okay, I went and met him, and he has built such a beautiful lab of his own. And he is getting the samples from his hospital, and he is doing research that what are the kind of challenges that they are facing, and he bases that he has developed certain with the machine's next generation sequencer and all. He has very hi-fi machines, and he has developed certain kits and for tuberculosis and for chikungunya and all those kind of tests. And there are some special tests, some molecular diagnostics tests that only he can do, and he is working on a project from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is worth crores, and he has people working under him. There are PhDs coming, and he's using it for commercial reasons. So what I'm trying to say is that these days possibilities are endless, Hitesh. So
ओके मैम।
you have to just start thinking in that manner. So for that, you have to keep your, windows and all your mind open, and, uh, do not close your doors that, shall I do this and shall I do that? I think a person who is hardworking and committed and passionate can turn around any business. And see, ultimately, at the end of the day, all of them are businesses, whether it is preclinical, clinical, lab, right?
यस
Diagnostic
मैम।
lab, or whatever. So I'm sure if you are getting a good offer, why not? Take it up. Take it as a
या
challenge.
श्योर, आफ्टर
Yeah.
कंप्लीटेड माय इंटर्नशिप एट Medanta,
Yes, why not? Sure. All
then
the
i'm
best.
then I'm trying to join my Redcliffe and SRL.
Yeah. Sure, Hitesh. All the best.
Thank you मैम।
I'm sure you will do good. You have that hunger. I can see that. Yeah. I'm sure you will do good. And all of you will do good. Can I see all of you?
Yeah,
Can we all
all the
open?
students
Can
can
we all open our cameras and see?
open the cameras, everyone. Just for not even I can say a minute, for 2-3
Yeah, oh,
seconds, everybody
lovely,
can open.
lovely, lovely, lovely. It's all right. We are sitting at what, 9:22 p.m. It's all right. No need to worry about your hair. They're all looking better than me. Nice, very nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for being patient and listening to me. Yeah, have
And
a
this,
Thank
wonderful
you.
careers ahead.
that was a lovely session.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much. My pleasure.
We are very
Thank you,
happy to
Humaira.
have you here, and we'd like to have more sessions with you.
Yeah, sure,
And,
sure. Lovely. It's
be
lovely.
inspired. Of
Yeah.
course.
I do get a lot of energy from students, and I think it's good to if I can share my journey and help even make a difference to one of them. I'm sure that
Yeah, all
it's
are very hardworking, and I mean,
yeah.
as you
I'm
said,
sure they are
yeah,
listening at this point in the day.
correct.
Lovely, lovely interacting with all of you. Lovely. Very
Thank you
nice.
so much, Jaspreet. It
Thank
was
you so
lovely
much
having
to
you.
you also.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
On
ma'am.
behalf
Bye.
of
Bye.
Aparel,
All
thank
the
you.
good work that Dr. Pooja and you are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank